you a dairy producer? Or do you grow grapes, nuts, fruits, or vegetables? We have it all with American Vineyard, Pacific Nut Producer, California Fresh Fruit, California Dairy, and Vegetable West magazines. Subscribe for free now at malcolmmedia.com to stay current on the freshest news in your industry.
Hello, I'm Matthew Malcolm with California Fresh Fruit Magazine, reporting to you from the HLB Early Detection Technology Summit, held by the California Citrus Mutual and the Citrus Research Board. What citrus growers learned at today's meeting is that the spread of the Asian citrus psyllid and Huanglongbing is inevitable, but there are things we can do to slow the spread. And some key early detection technologies were discussed. And here is Dr. Carolyn Slupsky from UC Davis to discuss about tree sampling with these new technologies.
I think the main thing I wanted to really get across today is the fact that the Asian citrus psyllid is already present in California. So pretty much all of Southern California contains the psyllid, and we know that once the psyllid is here, it generally brings with it HLB. Yeah, okay, so we know that within a relatively short period of time, once the psyllids move in, we know that the disease moves in. The problem is that the bacterium that causes the disease, the Huanglongbing, is not evenly distributed throughout the tree. And so with the current sampling technologies, such as with using DNA detection, which is a direct detection method, it really becomes an issue of sampling. So a tree can be infected, but we can't measure it because of the fact that where we've sampled the tree. So it becomes a matter of chance to whether you're able to detect it. So for this reason, DNA detection technologies are, in the case of HLB, are actually quite low sensitivity. We have an opportunity to look at indirect methods of detection. And indirect methods of detection actually are quite sensitive, and the reason they're quite sensitive is because they detect changes in the tree. So the tree, once it becomes infected, mounts a defense, and that defense is systemic. And so by taking a sample, it doesn't have to have bacterium in it, but taking any sample from the tree can give us an indication of whether that tree is infected. Now, one of the downfalls of this method, indirect detection, is that, again, because we don't actually observe the pathogen, then we don't know 100% that it is infected. I mean, we have a good sensitivity, seems to work well, but we can also get false positives. And so for this reason, another term that's often used is, other than sensitivity, which tells you how well you're able to detect a tree is infected, is specificity, which tells you how well you're able to detect when a tree is not infected. And so sometimes it can, for some of these early detection technologies, you can have a little bit of a lower specificity, and so sometimes you'll get false positives. Where I think that really what we should be thinking of in terms of growers and regulators and industry people is that we bring together the technologies and use them for their strengths. So we would bring together some of these early detection technologies that would specifically have high sensitivity, and then couple that. So if we were to determine that a specific area seemed to have a lot of positives, then we would come in with some of these more direct detection technologies or other of these early detection technologies, and we'd build upon that. So we would do intensive sampling of a particular area versus just random sampling and not very intensive sampling of doing the same number of samples but actually spreading it out much further. So in this way, again, you start to target specific areas and you get a better indication of whether or not you have an infection. And so I think in order for us to keep ahead of the disease, this is what we really need to do, we need to think about.
Learn what you can do to slow the spread of the Asian citrus psyllid and Huanglongbing by reading California Fresh Fruit Magazine. I'm Matthew Malcolm, CaliforniaAgNet.com.